Okay, so I'm recording it for those that can't attend. So today I want to do something different. I want to be looking at, so I'm going to call it the Copper Club. So I want to be looking at trade. I'm a copper trader. I like to trade copper a lot. And also I'm going to look at ES as well. So we're going to be looking at using three different indicators. Well, on the bias depth heat map for each one. We're going to look at different strategies at different times of the day, different type, whether it's intraday, day trading, and sort of build up this is one screen. This is a 32-inch monitor in my setup in Spain. The others are 27 inches, and I've got three charts on this setup. So I'm going to go through what the sort of things that you can be looking for to do that. I'm obviously going to be answering your questions on other indicators as well. I'm going to give you another look at the latest version of Slingshot, which we are going to release to the public on the 21st of September. But first of all, I just want to go through what I'm looking at here. So this is copper. We have got the range breakout on the left. Top right is the roller coaster, but this is roller coaster with Renko, ATR Renko on the TradingView version. I really like this. Some of these trades are actually, even though it's on the 3 minute, because the ATR is 14, it goes over quite a long time on copper. So I really like that. And then we've got the VWAP Predator on the bottom right there. So first of all, every indicator that we have is designed for a specific type of market condition and strategy. So, you know, the reason why we haven't got 50, because there isn't 50 different strategies that are really any good for trading. Okay, so we've got about 8 to 10 strategies. Slingshot's coming out soon as well, which is a different type of strategy. But we're not going to develop that many more because we've got everything covered for different types of market conditions, different times of the day, different types of strategies for part and full-time traders. So, for example, the range breakout is quite defined on where you're going to trade, what time of the day you're going to trade, depending on the instrument the trading. So you can really be part-time with that, and then you can start to add other things in there, like the VWAP Predator for certain times of the day. Most people that are trading part-time have a certain window in each day that they can trade. So it's about trying to find the best fit. Now, I would say that most of the expert indicators do work on the time of day that you want to trade, and on the instrument you want to trade. You just need to find the right time frame, right settings. So I'm just going to, you know, this is copper. This is what I trade. I've used a Slingshot recently for copper because it's very good. But I'm going to go through this. So I'm going to make this. So copper really trades well on the London Open and the New York Stock Exchange Open. Now, you can trade the oil open with it, but to be honest, my main trade is for the London Open. And I've got one of my current apprentices for this year who's never traded before. He's knocking it out of the park with copper. So I'm also, what I wanted to see, why copper? Okay, it's quite liquid. It trades very well, but I understand the behavior. So one of the things that I've taught all the apprentices this year is you need to choose an instrument like you choose a wife. You can only have one wife. Okay, if you have more than one wife, to understand the behavior of two wives or two husbands, two partners, or even three is very, very difficult. And this is the same with trading. You need to understand the behavior. What times of the day? How does it react to economic data? What are the correlations? Really get intimate with that instrument. And that one instrument will pay you, okay? If you try and switch ES, NQ, oil, gold, copper, whatever it is, if you try and trade too many different instruments, you will not succeed because you won't understand the behavior. You'll be just going and trading on emotion. You need to understand the behavior of an instrument, and you need to stick to that instrument. I'm going to tell you, if you all stop trading everything right now and choose one instrument and get to know the behavior of that instrument over the next 3 months, you will be successful. Okay. don't try and chop and change, and don't trade NQ. Simple as that. NQ is too dangerous. It flips around on a penny and wipes most people's accounts out. Okay, copper's very simple. So you will see on this chart, I have the bias depth heat map, I have the range breakout, and I have the manager. Okay, the manager is currently set on aggressive. One of the things that I look for with the London breakout, okay, so we've got a London pit open at 3 a.m. EST, okay. Why not NQ? Copper's easier to trade. It's $12.50 a tick. It's more predictable. It doesn't turn around on a penny like NQ and wipe out. This is such easy to use. Okay. Okay. So I'm 55 years old. My wife is the same age. We understand each other. 55 and go having a wife at 23 years old. I would not be able to go with the pace. Okay. Copper's a lot easier. Just because NQ looks sexy and it moves bigger, it's irrelevant. You've got to win consistently. You've got to understand the behavior. Hopefully, Jason, that makes sense, because I'm not a fan of NQ. I've seen okay, so I retired 9 years ago. I started this project as a hobby. Now it's becoming a massive business. But over that 9 years, I've not seen many traders consistently trade NQ to make good profits, because one day they will make big profits, the next day they will lose, and they keep chasing the tails. It's very, very difficult to trade NQ. There's a lot easier ones, and we'll look at AS in a little while. So there's a lot easier to trade. I mean, I trade silver. I mean, I've been doing this 20 odd years. Ever since dial-up internet, I've been trading. Okay. So I trade silver on certain days of the week at certain times of the day. That's all I do, because I understand that behavior. I trade copper more often. I understand that behavior. That's it. So London, we've got the opening range defined. We've got the bias depth heat map is on red. Okay. We have a nice move down. Okay, so the first candle doesn't take us out the bottom of the range. The second candle does. One of the rules with this is I have three. Yes, copper is the easiest of all futures for me. Okay, the correlation or the inverse correlation with oil is extremely good. There are certain times of the day when it's very active. I'm even thinking towards the end of year of opening a copper club. So, you know, basically, whether it's me or one of my apprentices trading live with copper, small entrance fee each day, and we just trade copper. So it's very, very one of the easiest ones to trade. But you need a good broker, so you need something like NinjaTrader, AMP futures, that sort of thing. Good liquidity with that. But again, it's very tradable. I think actually within the next few years, soybean will be the same sort of thing as well. So London opening range. We're looking for a red because the opening range is coloured in red. The tag is coloured in red. All 6 time frames on the bias depth heat map are red. We have signal, we have confirmation, we need the entry. One of the things we look at is we need to make sure that we trade in the first 3 candles for this strategy. If it does not break out in those first 3 candles for your initial range breakout, then you don't trade. It's as simple as that. You switch to another strategy, hence the 3 charts. So we do get the signal, we do get the confirmation, 3rd candle breaks us out, and we have a really nice rundown. Big candle here with the manager, big red candle. Then we get that indecision doji, still with higher than average volume, giving us a bullish harami. To be honest, this is where a little bit of knowledge comes in. Okay, big body, higher than average volume, and then we get that bullish harami form with this bullish doji. So it's grey. It's most like, you know, it's higher than average volume, but it's got less volume than that previous candle, purely because that one was a big move down. It looks like that's the obvious to me that's going to turn around and pop up. So all I would do is put a stop above that high of that indecision doji and get taken out there. Okay, so this trade would be looking at around about 27 ticks. Okay, it's not bad, not bad little trade. Again, with copper, you can look at 2-3 contracts, that sort of thing, to trade very, very well there. So we then move back up, we come back out of the range, and then we've gone into the New York Stock Exchange open today. First candle, although it's a bullish candle, we're colored in red. So we're only looking for the short. We didn't get the bias depth heat map giving us the confirmation. So this strategy for me, especially after 1, 2, 3 candles, no bueno. Okay. We do, however, and I'm going to put a vertical line here, and I'm going to sync in the layout. Okay. So what we do here is we move out of that range and then we come back down. Okay, so this is important because we're on a 10-minute time frame with copper. We've gone through those first 15 minutes of the New York Stock Exchange open. We've had that initial volatility, if you like. Started to settle down, and we're going to choose a direction. Okay, we are really bearish anyway with this, but that initial breakout's gone. But we do come back down that opening range, and it is red. There is a trade there, but we need to look at other types of strategies to help us out getting a particular sell. So on this one here, we can see we had a VWAP predator sell signal right on that candle. Okay, so that was the sell signal there to go short 1 tick below. Look at this bias depth heat map here, all red. So because we'd gone out of the range, we'd gone past that 3 candles, there was a continuation type trade, but to be honest, when it was coming back through there, I'd need some more confirmation. So that was my confirmation on the VWAP predator there. VWAP predator's on the 12-minute at this moment because it's more intraday for me. You can have it on the 3-minute if you wish, or the 5-minute. But for me, I'm a 12-minute guy with the VWAP predator on copper. If we go back, we can see some monster moves with the VWAP predator here. Really, really cool moves. Yesterday, this was yesterday, massive move down all the way down to the close there. We look at the previous day, 12-minute VWAP predator. Again, we're looking at pre-market because I usually live in Dubai, but I'm in Spain, and my house in Spain for the summer because it's too bloody hot in Dubai. This is the sort of time I would trade, that pre-market between sort of 7:30 a.m. EST all the way up to the open, because that's that afternoon and evening in Dubai. So again, this buy signal here was phenomenal all the way into the close. That sell signal, that first sell signal here was at 0.712. The next one was 0.824. So, you know, just 2 days there, fantastic trading opportunities on the 12-minute. And then this particular one backed us up that theory from the range breakout coming back through. So when you look at all 3 charts, you see that we have, you understand the behavior that's going off. We've had the London breakout. We've come back up to test it as resistance. It's come back down, tested this previous pivot here. It's gone sideways into the US open. Breakout didn't work for us. We didn't have the bias depth heat map. So, you know, if you want, talk to yourself, talk the story through, because the chart is telling you a story of the behavior. And this is probably normal behavior. The copper, we're coming back through, we're breaking through this particular, you know, the range breakout. We're getting the backup from that sell signal. We've got some options for our entries. We can say, right, okay, if it breaks down below this pivot, that's our entry short. Okay. We can use the manager to manage the trade. This time with the reasonably big body on higher than average volume. The up candle for the bullish Harami was lower than average volume. This doesn't concern me. This is probably going to come up a little bit and come back down, which it did. Okay. Again, understanding the manager is extremely important. This will keep you in the trades and maximize those profits. Now, I put this on here because this is a different type of strategy. So even though you see it on the 3-minute with the roller coaster, it's with the Renko. So with Renko on, I really like this, and I can't get it on NinjaTrader. It's an ATR type Renko, which is special to TradingView, really. So this is in the groove for copper. So these are some of my longer term sort of trading opportunities. So we see this signal come in on the 11th of July in the evening. We get that signal, comes back down, it gets another one at 0730 EST, comes back through that entry way to take out the trading stop on Friday the 14th. That entry was on Wednesday the 12th. That is a fantastic intraday stroke swing trade. And it's not, here we get another one, 11:45. That gets taken out at 10:24 the next day. That's 24 hours. Got a failure here. That's fine. Because I know from back testing, this one loser is probably a very small fraction. The win rate for this particular strategy is strong. You just need the balls to carry it over. So here we get Monday the 24th at 0718. No surprise, pre-market. Dips back down again, but then goes through and then eventually takes out a trading stop on Tuesday the 25th. Okay, so again, just over a day. Get a little winner here, short this time, signal on Thursday the 27th, and then eventually we get a 21:33 on the 27th. So that's basically a whole day. Roller coaster turns around, comes back up again. We get a nice signal here, another 24 hours, and then we get the long. Now it's out of whack. There's no trading opportunity. So, we're talking in July. Let's have a look at July for this particular strategy. So we have 2 losers to begin with. I think after the first one there, I'd be very suspect on taking that second long because we got some resistance up there. But then when it moves further down, we got some fresh air, and then we've got some massive winners here, massive winners. Okay, so as you can see here, we've probably got about an 80% win rate during July. And one of the good things about the roller coaster is you can go back and back test. You can change those settings, whether what type of ATR you're going to be using, whether it's the ATR length, you're going to be using the close. You're going to be looking at the time frame, because when I change the time frame, this will change. But you can see what's in the groove right now, okay? And only check for the last 30 days on this sort of thing, maybe 60 days, but I can see win rate's still pretty good because I can see all of these trailing stops. So these are great trades. It's a great, I know this one's pretty good, been good for me this year. And you've got an 80% win rate. So don't be afraid of those losses because, the best one in the world, there's no true AI for trading. When you're back testing, you're trying to find the best fit. Okay. And I know for me at this moment in time, until it goes out of whack, this is the best fit for those longer term 2-3 day swings. Obviously, I wouldn't enter one of these on a Friday because you don't carry it over the weekend. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a Thursday, but certainly not going to enter one of these trades on a Friday. It's my no-go. I don't trade Fridays anyway. So, that's one of the most important things. So that's copper. That's a quick look at copper. You see how that's turned back down again now. The difference with this doji was it had higher than average volume. Even look at the next couple of candles. That was a massive volume rejection of the lows on higher than average volume there. This doji looks similar. Yes, there was a bit of a rejection of the lows there, but looks similar, but lower than average volume. This is very, very important for the manager. Now it came back up and now it's coming back down. Very, very simple. Any questions on copper and what I've just talked about there? There's obviously lots of different ways and different combinations of there, but the confluence of strategies is very important when you're trading a strategy, when you're trading an instrument, And combining those strategies is very important. Again, it's a lot easier to do if you're just choosing one instrument, okay? And if your instrument is NQ and you want to be an NQ guy, you know, my heart won't take it, but become very intimate, understand the behavior. Don't try and trade something else. Your only focus has got to be the behavior of that one instrument. So now there's some ES traders out there. I prefer ES to NQ. So again, we've got some very things here. So this time what I've done is we've gone more day trading, less of that intraday swing. So we're going to start again. Always my start point is a range breakout, because they're defined parts of the day when you can look for those trading opportunities. So with ES today, let's go big. With ES today, London Open. So the correlations with ES are tied in that type. So these Renko settings, Rob, on so I just saw the question on with ATR can't be used on NinjaTrader. I may try and get someone to develop them for me. But they're only specific to TradingView, which is a shame, really. But you know, the development program for this year is full. Yeah, I've got no room left. But it's, you know, something we'll probably look at Q1 next year. So London Open is very important. That's the same time as the European stock market open. Okay, so we get a lot of you know, the DAX and the FTSE really are the leaders. DAX more than the FTSE. German industrial is very, very strong, and that's where that data comes out and you get the big move. So London Open for ES is very, very important because it's very closely correlated to the DAX. So we get the open, it's colored in red. Okay, the very next candle, we're inside. It just try and pop up, doesn't matter. We're not looking for the long, we're only looking for the short because it's colored in red. We are then all 6 time frames in red. We put the short on, which gets taken in just on this third candle. We come all the way down. Why do we get out down the bottom? That's a rejection of the lows, hammer, whatever you want to call it, with higher than average volume. Time to get out. Okay, that move is really quick because it's a 15-minute time frame. It's about 45 minutes. It's about 55 ticks, not bad. We come back up through there. We've got no trade because it only turns green after we break up through. We come back down. We get the New York Stock Exchange open here. All 6 time frames are red. We go to the next one, and then we're red. We break out, and we're still in this trade right now. Okay, this trade, they go further than the London trades because there's more traders. Okay, more traders trading this. The stock market's open, there's more volatility, and it moves faster. Currently this trade is around about 84 ticks, so 130 ticks on this one strategy today. Just want to check the manager is on aggressive. Yes. So at this moment in time, there's no real stress. We can put a trading stop above this pivot here because that was a rejection of the highs. This is rejection of the highs on higher than average volume. It's pushed down. That's a good time to be risk-free and to lock in some trades there. So that's the range breakout on ES. Very simple. 2 good trades for the day, or about 130 ticks in profit. Let's go to, I just want to put, here's the horizontal vertical line. I'll put that in there. That's thinking layout. Okay, so I'm going to go to VWAP Predator first, which is on the 5 minutes. Now, very, very strong this. So pre-market, this is the sell signal. This is the range. This is the New York opening range. Okay, we do get a nice sell signal crossing the VWAP here, the blue dots. Pre-market, which I would trade into the open, but close it just for the open. We get a nice buy signal here a lot earlier. That was a pretty good trade because we're following the green to take us out. But in reality here, we've got some great sell signals to confirm that range breakout. If you didn't get in the range breakout, it was too late, having a coffee, going to the toilet, whatever it is, you got some more sell signals with that VWAP predator to confirm that downward movement. And great looking trade again. Here, the ribbon's not turned green, so that you'd stay in the VWAP predator trades as well. So all that confluence confirmation that makes you feel fluffy when you're trading. And again, what we have with the expert algo, we actually do have those signals before that open. So this is on the 3 minutes. So with the expert algo, we got a 5 and a 6-star sell signal at this point here at 0.836. This is strong. Okay. If you're in this trade, for example, going into the open, we got a 5-star, you're going to be really aggressive with that. That's our entry at that point there. Okay, so all you've got to be aware of is there's always risk in trading, but we move down, we move up, the ribbon stays red, we're coming back down. This is the stock market open here. Okay, your stop is just going to be quite tight just above there. We're not going to be too many ticks there because you've got, if you decide to take the early signal before the range breakout, you've got to be able to hold that nerve going in there because yes, it can turn around. That is the risk you are prepared to take. So this risk here is 23 ticks. Where is the next support? All the way down here. So our risk to reward for this is phenomenal. Okay. Risk to reward 1 to 4. Okay. Really strong. So you've got to be prepared to risk that 23 ticks for potential 100 ticks. Okay. We get the open, the ribbon remains red all the way, remains red, remains red. Even on this pullback here, on the 3 minute, on the manager, we're lower than average volume. We don't panic. I'd be a little concerned right now because we've had a higher than average volume green candle. If that next candle is higher than average volume and green, I'd start to be worried. But right now, because of that, I would put my trading stop on that pivot right there for ES. Okay. And again, when we had the 5 and 6-star sell signal, 6-star in particular, we had all the red down on the bias depth heat map. So really good trading opportunity there to get in early. Again, if you were unsure, wait for the range breakout, let the range be defined, let the bias be defined. Again, this is just putting 3 of those together for that confluence of strategies to trade that one instrument. That's something I want to really get across for the rest of this year is that having one strategy, but then trying to trade lots of different, so one indicator and trying to trade lots of different instruments is just, it's almost like a shot in the dark. The best thing to do for a trader that want to take it seriously, want to treat it as a business, is to stick to one. Okay. When I've been trading 20 years, I trade one main, yeah, and I trade silver, or I might just dip into oil because of correlations with copper. If you've only been trading 5 years and it's still not full time for you, and you're trying to trade lots of different instruments, it's going to be extremely difficult. I cannot stress that being married to one instrument for quite a long time and then having a mistress like silver, it's not too bad, okay? But you need to make sure that you're concentrating on one, understand that behavior, because that process that you go through over the next year, you'll become extremely intimate with that instrument, and you'll be investing, you'll be using lots of different indicators, lots of different strategies, look at those confluences, and that will be your job, okay? Copper will be your job, or gold will be your job. And then in 5 or 6 years' time, you're really good at that. maybe look for something like silver that I only trade silver around data on a Thursday or Friday. Okay, that's it. Okay, I know how it behaves. It's really good for me. You've probably seen on the Discord group these $7,000-$10,000 trades. They may happen only once or twice a month, but I wait for that data, wait for the setup, and trade it. Okay, but guess what? I'm not trading copper at the same time. Okay, that's my focus on those days, on that time of day. So we've done copper and ES just to try and show you that using different strategies can either confirm a particular direction or trade, or in fact give you those trades that aren't available on other different types of strategies. But bear in mind, it's very important to choose that time of day you're going to trade, because if you're in Asia, for example, it's not really easy to trade a lot of these futures contracts, purely because you are in the wrong time zone for trading, unless you're going to be trading at silly hours of the day for you. In Asia, you're going to be trading the Australian dollar 6A. Okay, gold's pretty good during Asian times, but again, it's about when you can trade. Not everybody has the ability to trade full time, so you've got to figure out what's the best time of the day for you to trade. So what I want to do now is I want to go on and show you the new version of the Slingshot, the version that will be coming out to the because now it has the buy and sell signals. Okay, so this is copper. There's no ulterior motive here. I love trading copper. Okay. It broke the rules, so it didn't give us a sell signal. So this is Unirect. Here, I think this is what I'm doing at the moment is this has been in development for 6 months. For the big testers working, this is really good. For my instrument, my wife, copper, okay, I need to figure out which time today is the best time frame to trade, okay, and then I've got to tie in, is that to work with my trade? By 1352610. Certain times of day where this does trade pretty well. But again, it's about me spending the summer. I'm writing a book over the summer while I'm in Spain, but I'm also jumping on for now and just trying to figure out where my copper fits in best for me, best times of day. So we get here, for example, we get type 1 sell at this point here. This is the trailing stop into here. We do get another type 1 sell at this point as well. This is the trading stop for that one, and then we get a type 1 buy here. So type 1 buy is the standard type of signal. Okay, we get a move down, we get a pullback, we get crosses of certain points of control. When that happens in a certain order, we get a type 1 sell after the pullback into the pullback zone, and we go on. So it combines those pullback zones and those points of control. It gives us that type 1 sell. Again, we move down, we come back up, triggers the pullback zone, triggers another type 1 sell. Now we move all the way back up, we come back into that first pullback zone. 85% probability it's going to go and hit target 2. Okay, so you can just trade this, go to targets. Okay, so target 3, we don't do percentages for that. Target 2 is the sort of golden ratio, if you like, to hit target 2. You see here, this one hit target, almost hit target 3. This one hit target 2. This one hit target 2. We can adjust these trading stops as well to make them more aggressive. So let's just look for another example where we could have made it more aggressive. Okay, so let's look at this here. We can see this is another type 1 buy. There's a lot of type 1s on copper. That's why I like them. My webcam is enlarged. Let's switch off my webcam. Is that better? Okay. So with this trailing stock, we can see that we're giving too much away, especially if we get hit in the third sort of target zone here. So in the indicators in the back end, we can change that to something like 13, for example. This is a lot tighter now, so we're giving less away, but we're giving it enough room to go up there. So you see here again, it's tighter here. Let's just look back a little further. I want to find some type 2 buys. Type 1 sells, type 1 sells, type 1 sell. It's just, you know, I've chosen a time frame that I really like with the type 1 sells. Let's choose a different instrument. Let's choose on an 8 range. Somebody asked me the other day on the webinar, does 8 range work? Yes, it does. This is a type 1 sell here on ES, and this is the trading stop all the way down to this point here. Okay. Again, another example of a type 1 sell here. Really, I mean, ES is quite hot on this particular time frame. Let's go to oil. Let's try and find some type 2s. Not many. Oh, this was me trading the other day. You can see all the moves. So yeah, that was me trading the other day. I think it was on a smaller time frame. So let's just talk about type 3s for a minute. So type 3s is when we get a trend failure. So here we get the pullback zones for potential long, but it fails, and we get the type 3 sell here. Okay, so the pullback potential long actually failed. ThinkorSwim now because I've got a feeling ThinkorSwim, don't get me wrong, I may be wrong, but I've got a feeling that ThinkorSwim will be replaced by Schwab. They bought it. I think any new customers now can't go on TOS. I think they're going to phase it out, so I'm not going to be putting that Slingshot into TOS. Plus, it's extremely complex logic, so it probably wouldn't work at the moment. So this is not. So it looks a bit zigzaggy on Unirenko, but it's not zigzaggy. It's fit. We're looking at pullbacks over target zones. We're using a little bit of Elliott wave theory in there, but this is how I've measured pullbacks for a long time, and love those failures all with trend strategies. I can look on NQ. Let's go to this one here. We're going to have to change the Unirenko. We'll probably have to go 1,000 ticks on here because it moves too fast. So we'll probably go 1,000 ticks maybe. Again, I don't trade NQ, so I'd have to find the groove. That's not the groove I thought it would be. There's some decent trades in there. It's type 3 sell. Didn't pick up the type 1 buy, so maybe 1,000 ticks isn't the way to go with NQ. So today on the type 3 buy, That's still in at the moment. This could actually come back, pull back for a potential type 1 or type 2 buy. But as you can see, pull back into this zone. Didn't give us what we needed, but it did come back into that target, which is really good. What time frame do you usually trade NQ on? JD? I mean, don't get me wrong. Early doors after the London Open, there's some good trade. I mean, this day was phenomenal. Got a type 1 buy, huge move. Type 3 sell, trading stop was just taken out. Type 1 sell, nice trade. Type 1 sell, nice trade. Type 1 buy, reasonably good trade. 1 minute, wow, that's fast. That's heartbreak material. That is 1 minute. Yeah, it's worked pretty well on 1 minute, doesn't it? Look at that. The type 1 sell coming down into here. So this is at 9:29, just before the open. We then get that, we can add more at this point here with type 2 and type 1 sells, comes all the way down, takes out the trading stop. Then we get another pullback into the pullback zones. We get a type 1 sell, takes a bit of heat, but doesn't take out the stop. And then we come back down and take the trading stop back. So the name of this is Slingshot. It's not available until the 21st of September when we've got the launch party. You will be notified by email when we have all that set up. And it's only for NinjaTrader. Again, best time frame on NQ, don't know, because I don't trade NQ. And if I tried to optimize this for every single strategy that people trade, I would never have any time off because people trade so many different things. Let me just have a look on the data series. Let me have a look at something different. Okay, I'm going to put in the chat, there is a link to go on the wait list for the Slingshot. It's just gone in the chat now. I've asked NinjaTrader too much, putting it on a full range for NQ. That's going to freeze the system now. Let's go back to that while that's working. You see how all 4 indexes today had a great breakout to the downside, right? Even London as well. We got RTY, both were good. We've got Dow Jones, both were good. We've got ES, both were good. We've got NASDAQ, both were good. Shows you the power, and you can actually really define where you want to watch. It is recorded, Trevor, yes. The recording will go out in emails in the next couple of days. How's that? Yes. I picked the wrong time frame there, didn't I? For NQ. As soon as I did it, because it's that fast that the scalping on here doesn't pick it up. Yes, it is. We have the Guardian zones on there, which you can't get for anything else because that is extreme logic. That's their automated multiple time frame support and resistance zones, which are freaking awesome. And you know, we've only got it there. We've got the automated strategy builders that are on NinjaTrader as well. You can't get them. You can't build something as complex as that on any other platform. Swing trading is probably a wiser choice. So we'd probably go for a 30 maybe and have a look at that. Maybe even 15. Good time frame. Let's go and just change. When we say swing trading traditionally on a stock is at a daily time frame, but swing trading 2 days, like we did earlier with that particular sort of Renko time frame. So you'd be looking at 30 minutes, and you'd be looking at entering those on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday at a push. Okay. So I'm not saying 30 minutes is the time frame for NQ. I'm just saying that's the sort of time frames you should be looking to swing. It may be the wrong one for NQ. There's not many losers, but there are not many big winners. So I would say it's probably the wrong time frame swing. So we could go hourly. Let's have a look. Let's go the other way. Let's go 15. We'd probably have 21. Maybe 2. Yeah, maybe 13. So that didn't take out the stop after the gap. It came all the way down. Break-even trades in there. Swing trading for NQ isn't the easiest thing. It's a very difficult instrument to trade. Swing trading, it can turn around. It's very, I would say, sympathetic to economic data, so it can turn around reasonably quickly. Obviously, I'd have to do some more work on NQ for swing trading. There are easier, yes, for example, I know. It's pretty hot. Okay, these are good moves. Yeah. Yes, it's easier. I'd like to see what it looks like on a say 30 minutes. Let me just change that data series to 60 days. Yeah, if you're going to swing futures, you're going to need to swing it starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You need to be in 2 or 3 days. You've got to be out by the Friday. Be very careful that Thursday's economic data doesn't ruin your party. Okay, so there are big economic data points that come out during the week. If you're swing trading, you've got to be very aware of those because tight stops make it risk-free. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of danger. Yes, it's pretty good on the 30-minute for swing, actually, a lot better than NQ. Wow, there's some amazing trades here. Okay, and I think it's more beneficial. I think even loose. Well, I would say yes, there's a lot more tradable for swing than NQ without. Don't see. There's some phenomenal rates, really. Let's have a look, see what RTY is. I used to be a fan of RTY. Swing trading is not too bad on the 30. Let's go range 10. I'll change it to 8 in a second. Oh yes, there we go. It wouldn't take long to get in the groove with with the range, probably range 8 with RTY with the roller coaster. Nothing like it. It's the slingshot. Some great trades in here. Yes. Yeah, it works for stocks as well. Let me just connect my data feed for stocks. And then we'll go to Apple. The data will need to catch up. I've just loaded the dashboard for a little while. Okay, there we go. This is Apple day trading. This is your rank on Apple. There are some decent moves coming down here, but these are close to the close. I probably, again, would have to adjust to see how that's soft. Again, doing trading with stocks, you've got to be prepared and understand when earnings are, i.e., big gap. But if we put Microsoft on a 5-minute, for example, it's tradable. 5 minute. It's about finding a groove. Yeah. So here, trading is close. Obviously, the close for nice buy there. Nice buy signals here on this particular day of Microsoft on the 5-minute. Nice sell here, nice sell there. Yeah, it's pretty tradable on the 5 minutes. Nothing special with the Rencos or anything like that. Here, good, buy here, good, sell there. Microsoft very tradable. So if you're trading day trading stocks, Slingshot's also very good. So for stock trading, do you day trade stocks, JD, or swing trade? Because there's a big difference there. Okay. Both. If it's both, it's going to be the new Slingshot. Because I can show you Apple on the daily time frame, and this will blow your mind away. I tested Apple because I'm a swing trader also over 10 years, and it hardly I don't forget the sells. I'm only a buyer. This buy signal came in 3rd of June, still in it on Apple. Okay. I tested this for 10 years and all the buy signals were good. So let's go 2000 days, otherwise it'll take forever to load the data up. There's the previous buy signal here. Boom. Here's the previous buy signal there. Boom. So as you can see, for swing trading stocks as well, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, day trading reasonably stocks unless you've got the capital. If you've got the capital, it's brilliant. If not, you're trading options, and then that's a whole other thing to learn as well, which can be quite difficult. You know, for me, I only swing trade stocks. Okay, I will buy, hold, get out when I get out. Yeah. I did use to short stocks when I was doing it professionally, because I'd use that profit to then buy some more shares when we got a buy signal. But these days, I'm retired. I just look after my pension, and all I do is look for the buys. Day trading is futures for me. Day trading futures is so much easier, the more liquid, and the again, you can pick one instrument and it's very easy to trade. And I'm a copper trader, you know, and quite a few people in the apprenticeship this year I've turned into copper traders because it's very tradable. But yeah, Apple swing trading is phenomenal on the Slingshot. This has been a long time in the make. I mean, look at these buy signals here as well. The buy signal here. I can just keep going back. You know, this is just, it's just a great strategy. And it will only work on NinjaTrader because the logic is too complex to work anywhere else. I'm using, because I'm on my trading setup in my Spanish home. I haven't got my normal microphone, which is in Dubai. I haven't got my normal camera. I've got the PC here, but I've had to buy a dongle and I put them into my Bluetooth headphones. Okay, so that's why there might be an issue with the volume. But we are sort of running out of time now. We've got a few minutes left. I put the description, the link for the Slingshot waiting list in the there in the chat. I'll put it in again so you can be notified as soon as we get that launch party going. One contract's tough, maybe two. 2 to 3. So I generally trade 10 contracts, but one contract, 1 to 2K per day, very difficult, but it's very consistent. So I would probably look at trading 2 or 3 to make that. But you can, when you look at can you make so much per day trading, if trading conditions aren't right on a Monday, you just don't trade on a Monday. Yeah, if trading conditions aren't right on a Wednesday and there's no signals, so you don't trade. You'd look to average over the month. You know, it's feast or famine. So, for example, I can go for a week and make 30K. Yeah, next week I may only make 5K. Copper on Slingshot. I've got 2 copper. Oh, I did have 2 coppers on Slingshot, but now I changed it. Okay, so copper on Slingshots. I think this is the wrong time frame. What are we on? 2610. Yeah. So we're on the wrong time frame. It's not a bad time frame, but I changed my NQ one. It was 8 feet to there. I think. Let's just go for a standard time frame. I've only got a few minutes left because my grandson's over visiting, so I need to finish for dinner. So this is Slingshot on the 5-minute last few days. On the 5-minute, look at this, type 1 buy, type 1 buy. I mean, that in one day, that is big moves. Okay. We get some really good buys these days. Type 3 buys this time. Type 1 buy. 5 minutes is pretty good on copper. Type 3 buy here again. But it's about combining those strategies. Well, you can't just rely on one particular strategy because market conditions change. So Slingshot could be hot for 10 consecutive days and then it go flat for a few days. Okay. No, I will never have Slingshot. Slingshot on TradingView, John. I thought he was going to ThinkorSwim. Difficultly on TradingView because the complex. We're taking it to MT5 first because I have a new developer working for me, and he's that now. He thinks he then will engineer it to TradingView. So this is a few months down the line, but it's not easy. He tried to do on first, because then he's reverse engineered things from to TradingView. So we can give it another go at the end of the year. In reality, it's going to be tough because therefore we can code lots of extremely logic to give you indicators like this. Okay, this is why they've made their code very, very simple. It means we've done some amazing things with the TradingView indicators that we got. You know, they weren't possible when we first built them, but we found workarounds and they work very well. So never say never. We will, because I know we've got lots of TradingView customers, but I don't think that's this side of Christmas. Okay, because I know once we've got MT4, I've got to really solidify that, make sure it's working the same before we start to think about TradingView. I'm not sure, George. Okay, I'm not sure. Some people have been having problems with sound, other people's haven't. So all I can do is I never usually work August. Okay, so I've come on here even though I'm on holiday, my grandson's visiting, to do the best I can. But I haven't got all the sound equipment here because my my main base is Dubai, but I'm in Spain at the moment. So copper can trade for a few days, but it's very reactive to the oil price. And again, therefore, the US dollar. So it's just something I look. Okay, it is very simple, and then when I'm using multiple strategies to trade it, again, I've got 7 screens here. In Dubai, I've got 7 screens, but one of them is a 55-inch screen vertically on the wall next to me. That allows me to have both TradingView and NinjaTrader. All my trades go through NinjaTrader. I also use TradingView to help me look for those particular strategies, you know, when I'm looking at these types of trades on this, that, and the other. So the last question was, what is the best indicator for scalping small accounts? So Eric, what do you use? What do you scalp? Okay, you've got to pick an instrument. Okay, I can't say everything's going to work on the same instrument. I would say that ES. So ES is pretty good. Scalping wise, I would use a VWAP Predator. Okay, we can see here, you know, for me, scalping is 3 minutes, maybe 1 minute. But I can see the VWAP Predator here gives some really good signals. And what type of day are you trading, Eric? Are you able to trade the pre-market or the London Open or what, you know? $9.40 to $11.30. It's been a bit scrappy yesterday. I don't think that data feed is very good. Let me just go to NinjaTrader a second. It's the wrong chart. Trying to find an ES chart. Bear with me. Oh, let's just put a new chart up. Yes. Let's just go 5 days. Click OK. It starts with all the indicators. This is a problem. Let's get rid of that, that, and that. Just going to put VWAP Predator on there. I just want to see the data looks corrupt on that chart for TradingView there. And I'm going to put the heat map on. Yeah, some nice signals on the 1 minute, but I just need to see if it's in your time. Yeah, today we had a signal at 9. We had a signal at 9:32. We had a signal at 10:07. We had a signal at 11:40. Okay, so there were some decent sell signals on the 1 minute with it. Yes. What time was that? That was 3:52. I've got to go back a long way. So just trying to find your time of the day. Yeah, I think if you're scalping, I wouldn't try. Scalping for me is 1, 2, or 3 minutes. You've got to find out what's in the groove. I mean, even the 2 minute today was phenomenal on ES. Okay, there's some good moves there. Okay, so I think about predators for you. I'd also really make sure you've got the buyer's depth heat map to confirm. I'll put it on scalping to make sure. So, for example, you got a buy signal here, you wouldn't take it because all the 6 time frames agreed. So you wouldn't take the buy signal. Okay, extremely important because he's got to keep a confirmation signal. So the only signal that didn't work today was the only one that didn't get confirmation. Okay, so it says it all. Okay. Okay, guys, so VWAP Predator, good for scalping ES. Don't forget that waitlist for the Slingshot for NinjaTrader, which will be released on the 21st September. Those people on the waitlist will be the first to be notified, so you can register for the launch party. I'm going to get going now. I'll see you in September when I'm back in Dubai. Take care, everybody. No, I don't, George. I don't have a specific time frame favored for HG because I trade different strategies on different time frames. So if it's the range breakout, it's 10-minute. If I using the view up, I'll probably use 3 or 5 depending on what's in the groove. Roller coaster, I'll go for those longer ones with that 80 or 14 3-minute. Slingshot. I'm still trying to get the right one. Thank you, Bill. Cheers, everybody. Take care. Cheers, guys. Thank you.